little fight on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio, and this is The Morning Moment. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. I want to do an update on Anne-Marie Waters. I will continue to follow her progress through the maze that is British politics. Now, I don't know if she's having help or not, but in any case, she's doing a tremendous job against the tide which is the British media juggernaut. It has always been my intention to play any clips in full, but in particular the clips from For Britain. And I try and play them in context. But in this case, she started off talking about UKIP, so I kind of missed that piece out. Now, I always put a link to the source on my website, and I do urge you to listen to the entire speech. It's pretty long, but I do urge you to do it. It's very, very interesting and provocative and thoughtful. But I have to say, what a breath of fresh air, a politician telling it how it is and how it will be if she ever gains control of the reins of power. What a refreshing change to hear what the British say, calling a spade a spade. Compare and contrast the liars and cheats and the thieves that we have to put up with. Wouldn't life be better if A, we didn't have professional politicians but real people coming into politics to do a job and then leave? B, the removal of lawyers from politics? And C, people in politics who say what they mean and mean what they say. Your thoughts? Take a listen.
I think we're timing, in life timing is everything. And I think the timing is right for us now. There's a real sweeping change. There's a real sweeping change. And every so often, things really do change. We're so used to the Labour-Tory swapping this two-party state we live in. We're so used to it that people think, oh, you never get anywhere. You'll sit on the fringes. You might act as a guide, a barometer for other parties. That is not my intention at all. I am not here to give lessons to other parties on what policies they ought to have. And when we grow in popularity, which we will, and they start then pretending to care about those issues and trying to sort of steal back momentum, a bit like the Tories did with Brexit to steal back momentum from UKIP, there's no way I'll be backing down. If they will only act when forced to, then they can't be trusted. They're only doing it for political reasons, and we will make sure the British public understand that. So when they start talking about Islam, for example, to try and steal our thunder, we'll make sure the public knows that's what they're doing. And the public is not stupid. The public get this. They really do get it. So I'm not here to act as a barometer or as a guide to the political mainstream. I'm here to get rid of them. To get rid of them. They don't deserve to be in power. And they don't deserve to be in power because they've spent the last 5 or 6 decades betraying this country. Betraying it. They truly have. They've absolutely transformed it. So what kind of party I want us to be? I want us to stand out for our plain speaking, our honesty, and our common sense. This is the USP. This is the selling point. We will not toe the line no matter how difficult it might get. We will not toe the line. And I want us to tell harsh truths. I want people to know statistics. I want people to know statistics of how many people have come into this country over the last 5 or 6 decades and over the last decade and what it's actually doing to us. Because we want a Britain that we recognise. This is what For Britain is calling for. A Britain that we know and that we recognise. And this massive transformation that's taken place in the last few decades, we're not saying that, people say Britain is a nation of immigrants. Nonsense. There has always been, for as long as there's been travel essentially, immigration of some sort. But we're talking about a city the size of Coventry every year. This is unprecedented. It is unprecedented. And it's been going on for several years now. And we're still being told to shut up about it. We're still being told to shut up about it. And it keeps going. Now, you cannot integrate a city the size of Coventry every year. It is impossible. It is impossible for those people to become part of Britain and to become British, either down through generations or within one generation. We want people to become part of Britain or not come at all. We want to stop this segregation, these separate communities, this several different languages being spoken, children in school whose first language is not English, if they have any English at all. This is not a unified country. This is scarcely a country. We have to unite behind the identity of this country. And to do that, we have to know what the identity of the country is. It's a Britain that is free, that is democratic, that is sovereign, that has freedom of speech, that has political and religious freedom, and it has a parliament in London which answers to us, not to the European Union, not to the United Nations, but to us.
You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab, and email. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all my morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio, that's EHRADIO, A Radio. And please click on the like button. And you can find all my podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Moments tab.